been dabbling in the world of computer graphics for more than a year now, but things really picked up once I discovered Character Creator 3 and Iclone7. So recently, I even accepted a small freelance project as a 3D artist!
Yay!
Well, technically, it was supposed to be an illustration, but the client didn't have any preferences, so I told them, I'll do it in 3D. They really didn't care, which was great!
Yay!
Because in the process, I discovered some super cool techniques, shortcuts and tips I wanted to share. Obviously, I'm not an experienced professional, but I was having fun, again, and I hope you find something useful. For this project, I had to create an artwork with a Gopnik. What is Gopnik? Don't worry, I had no idea either, and I'm from Eastern Europe. My client sent me this video over here to study the ways of the Gopnik so I can better represent them. From what I gathered, Gopnik is the Russian name for some men who wear Adidas tracksuits, well, Adidas anything, and they do the suave squat everywhere, like literally everywhere. So now when you go to Russia and you see a squatting, Adidas promoting man, you've probably encountered a Gopnik. So, step 1, create the character. I, of course, used my favorite model of Steve as a base. He's part of the cartoon bundle found on the Reallusion Market Store, highly recommended. And the assets I either found on CG Trade or created them in Blender. Step 2. Create the background assets. Obviously, I wasn't crazy enough to start building everything in 3D when the finished project is supposed to be a flat image. So what you see in these pictures, it's basically a bunch of super filtered skewed cutouts. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. This is the first time I try something like that, but it did save a lot of time. So here is my first tip. Don't be scared to use flat images. Even for animation, your character won't interact with everything in the background, so it will save time when rendering. Another tip would be to play with the opacity map. Some parts can be more transparent so that it looks like the object is going back into the distance. And instead of having a backlight, how about adding a glow map instead, where you only paint the edge that you want to be lit. Step 3. And probably the most important one for the topic of this video is the lighting and the LUTs. Okay, I know what I want to see as a finished product, but my lights position still feel very random, as you can see. Nevertheless, my tip would be to always make sure to focus the lights on the character or object that's supposed to be the center of attention, or do the vice versa. Basically, something must stand out. And you can also use backlights to help characters stand out from the background, or if that's not enough, how about creating a light fog right behind him? You can define the shape and texture of the fog with the opacity map. Recently, I discovered the magic of LUTs and I was blown away. Using them reminded me of playing with the filters in Photoshop, which is my favorite part. And I was very curious to see how many people actually used LUTs for their own projects. I randomly asked a couple of the participants in the lip sync Reallusion contest if they used LUTs to make their entries look so good. They not only replied, but they even shared some of their tips. Mastajappa, for example, uploaded screenshots of his process in the Reallusion forum. Unlike my messy job, his process is much cleaner and straight to the point. The result, of course, looks amazing, and he didn't have to use a lot of lights to achieve that. And 3D George even sent me a step-by-step video tutorial. Like me, he used a lot of lights, but unlike me, they made sense. If you see his entry, you would think it's an official Disney production. Feel free to check out their channels, I've left links in the description section. Thank you guys for sharing. As you can see, LUTs are not really necessary. Well, some people even prefer to use another software for rendering like Blender or Unreal Engine. But for me personally, using LUTs was probably my favorite part. They allow you to decide how your finished product looks and what kind of feelings you want to communicate. I'm obviously still bad at this, but I love the gloomy, creepy look in this one. You can mix and match LUTs, you can play with their order and strength. You can achieve some really dramatic results. My favorite ones would probably be the lens blur and the static. It helps softening the sharp edges of your character, or that's what it looks like to me. Okay everyone, I hope this tutorial was better than my previous one. I am also working on a few more ideas about how to make your cartoon characters look better and how to rig and animate hair for Iclone7 or Iclone8. We'll see. I found a really cool way and I can't wait to share it with you. I was also planning to get the curve editor plugin for Christmas and make a tutorial about that one as well, but with Iclone8 on its way and with this function already included in it, I might have to skip it for now. We'll see. I also wanted to thank everyone for the support and the kind words on my cringy first videos, and of course thank Reillusion for the award and for organizing the lip sync contest. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. If you have any suggestions, questions or requests, add them in the comment section. Do svidania. Okay everyone,